Alright, we're gonna go to my house and then we're just gonna play video games. 4 hours straight. Okay.
You're so granola,
Wow,
Amanda.
thank you.
Well, hiking
You're
is so much
so
fun.
granola.
That'd be a good day.
The cafeteria. Oh my gosh. It's so big and there are so many people. I've never eaten lunch in the cafeteria.
Like making stupid, awkward eye contact with people, and you just kind of like, you're never gonna.
Away?
Yeah, do you smile? Like you're never gonna see this person again.
It's the worst when it's an acquaintance and like you both know
That's
each other,
true.
but you're not really friends.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the toughest part about personal evangelism, though, like people that don't usually accept it in your life, I'm not gonna lie, personally, and it's kind of like the selfish part of me is just like, okay, I'm gonna go say this to this person, hope it moves them, and I hope like they change, hopefully, and like they just like whatever. That was cool. Thanks for the extra 2 cents today. And then like I'm super let down because I'm just like, man, did I say the right thing? But I think that's like the hardest part for us because it's getting over like that selfish, I want to see Jesus moving this person right now.
For me, the opposite of that is what kind of stops me from even bringing up the conversation is I have what I think are realistic expectations, and I'm kind of like, they're not going to have this big like aha moment. There's not going to be any good conversation, so like why do I need to tell them? Which is like putting my faith in God. That's kind of like I'm already just like, oh, he's not going to do anything, but that's why I don't, is because I'm just like, nothing's going to happen, you know?
I think a lot of times for me, is I just don't want to like bother people, and I don't want to like, you know, I don't want to really want to tell them that the way they're living is wrong, and I don't want to ruin the relationship or the friendship I have with them. And so I find that constantly a struggle between like knowing that God wants me to reach out to these people and knowing that just there's a better life waiting for them, and just wanting to be like temporarily comfortable and like content in where I am with them.
There's like the saying that's preach the gospel, when necessary, use words. And like to an extent, yes, that is true. Like your life is supposed to be the gospel, but like at some point, like the words are necessary, and that's honestly the hardest part, especially when someone is hurting, because I don't want to just say like, oh, Jesus makes it all better, because being in that situation, even as a believer, that's honestly one of the last things you want to hear in a moment of tragedy. And so like finding that balance of being love and then actually like speaking love in situations like that, that's just super difficult.
And not sounding too cliche.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, thanks, didn't hear that one
Yeah.
before.
You're not trying to like force Jesus down someone's throat, but doing it out of like, God called me to talk to these people about his love.
I feel like a lot of that is we feel like we have to bring them to church. Like we feel like we have to get them out of their area. We have to like make sure that they like get them like clean. We have to get them pure somehow. Like let's bring them to church. Let's bring them to like a Bible study. So like we get them out of like what all they've been in, when that's not the point of the gospel.
That's something that I think middle school me and even like 2 years ago me, that is something that like I had a really hard time with. I kind of felt like my friends, I had to kind of like pretty them up. And like Jesus says like, come as you are, and like that's what we are supposed to do with the people around us. There's just such a diverse group of people like we come in contact with every day, and it's just like, are they coming as they are to me, because that's what I want them to feel like, you know?
I just find myself the freedom, needing to share the freedom or the gospel to others from the joy that I've experienced through God, and needing others to, or wanting others to experience that joy.
If I've tasted and seen, that should compel me to tell others, and that's obviously so much easier said than done. But if I've experienced this joy, like if I have a good day or something really awesome happens to me, like the first thing I want to do is like tell a best friend of mine, and like the gospel, it doesn't get better than that. So like why am I not pushed to that like same joy to tell people?
I love talking about sports. I'll talk about sports with anybody, even if you don't know them. So like why wouldn't I do the same as far as the gospel? Like I love the gospel. I love Jesus. I know what he's done in my life. Like I talk about things that I love and that I'm passionate about with people that don't even care necessarily. The gospel should, one, be way higher than anything else that I value. So why wouldn't I want to share that with people regardless of whether they necessarily want to listen or not.
And I think also knowing that those other people don't have the joy you have, like, that breaks my heart that there's just this whole other better life waiting for people that, like, they don't know about, and, like, I get to experience this. So that's just how God's been convicting me of, like, breaking my heart for the people that still don't know him.